Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 22nd of October. Looking at the euro dollar first. Well, actually just before I do that, quickly running through any news, and we have Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking at 10:25 this morning. There were quite a number of speakers out yesterday that talked about the same old, and well, it's just really not having a massive effect. In fact, the pound rallied like mad yesterday, even though there was further talk of negative interest rates. It just, as I say, just kicking that one down. The more talk that happens on that, the more it normalises it to the public and our traders maybe, and eventually when it happens, it won't be much of a surprise. Okay, aside of that then, unemployment claims today US, it's the weekly figures. It may not, it's gone off the ball a little bit there, so I'm not looking for much there. And also the CB leading index, nothing there. Inflation, New Zealand dollar at 10:45 this evening, maybe, but really these inflation numbers, they're not coming to anything much at the moment. Again, no one's expecting to increase interest rates if inflation was high. It's more of a worry if inflation is low, and well, they're expecting a 0.9 increase in inflation there, so so we'll see what happens in New Zealand dollar betas right through this evening. Okay, let's have a look at the technicals then. And the euro yesterday carried on its shove up there, having a bit of a retrace at the moment. Started rolling yesterday evening. Just looking, if it does continue this rollover, well, the 4-hourly 21 is got to be eyeing up that. Ooh, I'm just looking at prior highs here. Before then, there are some prior highs here which may provide a bit of resistance or support rather in this case. But really, that 21 comes with a nice bench of highs back from here as well. So we'll see from that. I'm sort of erring on that sort of bearish look at the moment, but well, it has put little lower highs in this sort of hourly move. It's a bit wispy at the moment. If it were to break back up above the high, 7 o'clock high there, well, maybe it's going back up towards the R1. But for now, as I say, it looks a bit iffy, and well, we may get that bigger correction. The pound had a 200 pipper yesterday. I mean, it's amazing, bearing in mind nothing's been agreed anywhere, but a soft dollar and at least Brexit talks are back on apparently, so we'll see. But even then, the chatter that was coming out wasn't particularly bullish, like there's some sort of deal going to be made, but either way, it certainly had a good day. Again today, maybe giving some of that back. Again, you've got that sort of wispy sort of 7 o'clock doji bar, a break back above that, well, maybe upside, but really the daily pivot looks like a potential in the shorter term here. But it has been surprising. I'm just looking at what else. We've got the 4-hourly 8 that may also give some support. That's sitting at 31.02. Let's just have a look where that pivot is. Okay, that's above the pivot's below that area, so we'll see what happens there. But daily pivot's got a good probability of being hit. We'll just watch for that. It may even give a buy zone if you were looking to trade the pound. Dollar yen also. Well, the yen benefited from the dollar's weakness here and shoved on. It does look at the moment almost with this current bar like okay, it's a daily bar, but it looks like it wants to continue in this mode. One thing to bear in mind, as it gets down to 104, in fact I'll come back to dailies for this, gets back down there. This is an area which seems, there was a rumour way back in August that there might be some intervention, and well, it buzzed up. And then when it starts getting back down there again in September, well, it did take out the low, but again it buzzed up, not quite so much, but maybe just traders thinking double bottoms. Just wary if it does get back down to that sort of 104 area, 104 or 10 on the monthly S1 there. It may just get the same sort of treatment, we'll see. But for now, certainly looking to that downside. Has got a daily pivot untouched above. Any sort of buzzbacks may move back to that later. Any rallies could come back to that, but at the moment it firmly looks like it's selling toward, moving towards that daily S1, which is hidden under the other monthly pivot there. Okay, that's the yen. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar had a solid day yesterday, off a little bit this morning, but holding there, and it's a sort of almost bull flaggy territory here. We'll see how it materialises this morning. A break above that 4-hourly 50 may see it a bit more bullish, give it a bit more scope. It's trying its best at the moment. If you're on the bearish side of things here, well, maybe if it breaks that it runs into that 60-minute 200, it may just find resistance at that point and roll back again. Has been a bit softer with tensions between China and China reducing coal imports and things like this. It may have a bigger knock-on effect as we go forward, but certainly in the back of my mind there. I'm going to then look at Canadian dollar very briefly here. Canadian dollar is giving up. The US dollar actually yesterday just managed to. It was the only thing that was weaker than the US dollar at one stage was the Canadian dollar. Maybe got chance of a little bit more movement to the downside here today towards that pivot. Again, just see how it shapes up this morning, but it does look like it could be heading back that way. New Zealand dollar has been a bit of a star in currency quite a lot of the time. It had a good shove up yesterday and is already easing up a bit this morning. Solid looking price action in what we're seeing here, so that's continuing its move. I've got a long running with some of the guys in the room, which was the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Quickly look at that in terms of progress. It really on a daily basis, it was just looking soft yesterday. This is running back towards the target of that 200, maybe a bit more if it was to push really well. But that looking for that daily 200. But it's just beautiful shape as it started rolling over yesterday. It was logical for me just to jump aboard. Nice, as I say, got a nice shape to it at the moment, and possibly more downside. Some of these cross pairs at the moment, I have been going through them. They're giving a little bit more bang for buck. As I say, the Aussie is a little bit more under threat. New Zealand dollars has just been that little bit stronger of late, and we've seen this lovely move. So, as I say, some of the cross pairs are well worth a look at the moment. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.